Spearman ignores the O-line. Yes, he does. That's been the trope that's gone around Vikings fan base for the last couple of years because, earlier he did ignore the O-line, but then the Vikings have been sinking a significant amount of draft capital into the O-line, getting Bradbury and Brian O'Neill, etc. But Vikings O-line does need to improve again. So an infusion of talent needs to happen yet again. Vikings have 12 draft picks, super sexy time, 2 first rounders, 5 picks in the top 105, etc. But what if they don't go O-line in the first round? Like, honestly, if the Vikings don't draft an offensive lineman with their 2 first round picks, the time between day 1, day 2, that Thursday to Friday, I can just hear it already. Vikings fans will be like, wah, wah, wah. We're going to have to go full Jed from Red Dawn. Don't cry. Hold it back. That's right. Because if you think about it, the Vikings do have a number of spots on the O-line. Elflein is a mess. Klein is cut. Could Drew Samia be ready to roll at right guard? Maybe. Riley Reef isn't getting any younger. Would love to draft his replacement. So for us, as we've said a number of times here, big priority. Come away with one of the top 5 tackles. I think Andrew Thomas, left tackle at Georgia, is the best all-around set it and forget it left tackle prospect. Jedrick Wills from Alabama plays on the right side. Could maybe go to left. Because why not? Mekhi Becton, Louisville, obviously just the physical freak combine specimen. Future Bryant McKinney at left tackle in a good way. Yeah. Trista Wirfs, the people moving from Iowa, as well as Josh Jones, we really like as a project from Houston. So I would be fine. Vikings grabbed a combination of one of them, somehow fit them into the Viking system. It's like you put Wills or Wirfs at right tackle, move Brian O'Neill, all these other things, whatever. Be a good problem to have. But say the Vikings miss out on the big 5 tackles, because I think that the left tackle and right tackle positions in the NFL, they're still at a premium, and I would not be shocked if by the time the Vikings are on the clock at 22, that 5 of them are gone. But if that happens in that scenario, I'd say the Vikings go in a different direction, because think of the other names that'll be there, because there's only 21 picks ahead of 22. 5 of them are tackles. 3 of them are probably quarterbacks. So of the other names, there's going to be some elite talent there that just happens to fall to the Vikings draft, even though there's zero chance that player falls that far. And please, there's a finite number of names, so get out of here. So what do you want the Vikings to do? Since they missed out on the premium tackles, should they reach for an Austin Jackson at 22 or 25? Or should they come away with a premium cornerback and wide receiver, or even go BPA? Say Clavon Chason or Javon Kinlaw somehow make it to 22, and it's just like, you like the juice, huh? Yeah. Also, looking at the rest of the tackle class, there is a solid second tier of tackles in this draft. Like Austin Jackson, the aforementioned out of USC, wouldn't mind him in the second round. Ezra Cleveland, Boise State. Maybe the Vikings would have to maneuver in the second round to grab him. I really love him both as a tackle and as a guard prospect. He really is Brian O'Neill 2.0. Lucas Niang from TCU is interesting. Prince Tega Wanogo, who we profiled before, super big project. Would take some seasoning, probably would have a redshirt year with the Vikings. That's fine. Matt Pert out of UConn, who we really like. Ben Barsh from St. John's is intriguing as well. Calvin Thorpe-Morton. I always call him Caleb. On Oregon, do you see him as a tackle? Do you see him as a guard? He's certainly intriguing, potentially in the day 2 mix as well. And then you look specifically at guard. You look at specifically at the interior offensive lineman, who we said, this year, probably not going to be a first-round selection. Maybe Cesar Ruiz works his way in there, the center out of Michigan, maybe. But, there's not going to be the Boston College jabroni. What's his name? Guard who went to the Falcons. Name escapes me right now. You know what it is. Or, actually, that's gonna bother me. Oh man, this is so fun. Because I really liked him last year coming out too, but then he went 14, and I was pretty shocked. How can Chris Lindstrom? Magic of editing. There you go. As well as Garrett Bradbury. There's not going to be a first-round interior offensive lineman taking this draft in all likelihood, but that doesn't mean that there isn't talent there, because you look at day 2 interior offensive linemen. Robert Hunt from Louisiana, the mountain of a man. Nathani Moody, the big upside lotto ticket from his injuries. Fresno State, Jonah Jackson, who I think would be a perfect scheme fit coming into the Vikings out of Ohio State. You can't take another guard from Ohio State. Shut up. Shut your face. Damian Lewis, the man mover from LSU. Logan Sternberg coming out of Kentucky. Shane Lemieux out of Oregon. Tyler Biadasz, who someone that we liked, even though he went to a very crappy university. I think he has some versatility on the interior offensive line. Could play center or guard. Cushenberry from LSU. The aforementioned Cesar Ruiz from Michigan. The nice scheme fit interior offensive lineman Matt Hennessy from Temple as well. I think all those guys will be in the day 2 mix. And frankly, if the Vikings double back on offensive line, maybe they use a 2 and a 3, a 2 and a 4, use both 3s, whatever combination. I mean, that's pretty sexy. I mean, take any name from that group, whether it be the second tier tackles or the day 2, maybe early day 3-ish interior offensive lineman. Any one of those guys could be starting week 1 for the Vikings. I mean, that's the stage that we're at right now. So bring a couple of them in. They compete with Drew Samia. Maybe one of those tackle prospects. Maybe they have to kick inside for a year, or maybe you just put them at left tackle, you kick Reef inside, and then go, or whatever. Or again, the pipe dream. Say the Vikings do come away with one of the top 5 tackles. Say they got Josh Johnson at left tackle, and then they pick up a guard prospect they really like in the interior, and then they beat Riley Reef out in camp, and then they just cut his ass. And then bye-bye $8.8 million in cap space. Let's go. Come on in. Actually, no, bye-bye Reef. Welcome cap space. So there you go. But again, sometimes the board does break funny, which it always does. So don't freak out and panic if the Vikings don't draft offensive lineman in the first round. I mean, I think the worst case scenario, again, talking to Bill O'Brien's GM prowessing, just don't freak out because you need offensive line and just massively reach for like Titus Howard or Max Sharping like they did last year. I mean, 2 massive projects that they had to throw in the fire right away. Now, don't do that. So just let the board fall where it may. There's a lot of offensive line talent day 2, early day 3, and the Vikings are set up very nicely to be able to pick, pluck, blah, blah. Plus, I mean, wide receiver, cornerback, let's go. Let's go. Are your thoughts? Don't freak out if the Vikings don't take offensive linemen early. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, below us on the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. Until next time, Skull, production value.